Hey, Shalom, Akim Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I would like to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakodash. Double honors to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders, a great millstone that taught us his truth, and that's what teaching his truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, all the way down to the large multitude that believes in who the Lord will deliver in these last days. To you all, I say Shalom. I'm the brother Tazamah from the Great Millstone Dallas Camp, coming back today with another lesson. And Lord willing, today this lesson will be edifying. And I wanted to do a lesson on this whole topic, or this whole pound sign or hashtag, whatever the hell whatever you call it. I guess it's hashtag 40,000 win with black women. All right, it's called Win with Black Women. And actually what you can see here now, you got Win with Black Women group raises $1 million for VP Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, because yesterday, you got the news, if you haven't been living under a rock, that Joe Biden dropped out of the the presidential race for the Democratic Party. So whenever he dropped out, you have the Democratic Party, you have a Democratic Party convention, for lack of better words, where they actually you have different representatives from the Democratic Party who will go against each other to see who will be the Democratic nominee. Now we know that the Republican and the Democratic Party, goes back to the plebeians and the patricians in Rome, and that lines up with the scripture in Revelation 13:11, where it says that the devil, the dragon, I'd rather say, he had two horns like a lamb but spake as a dragon. Let's get that real quick. Revelation 13 and I'm sorry, not verse 11. Hold up. Yeah, here we go. Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. Now, when you read Revelation, the 13th chapter, all right, it's going into pretty much the revival of the Roman Empire. Okay, and you see that it begins with the leopard, which is the Greeks. All right, and they tell you that civilization began with the Greeks, and we know the Greeks today. All right, and Esau, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, he prides himself on the fact that on the Greek's culture, and that's why you see you have gyms, and you have shopping malls, which that really goes back to Rome. But all these things that you see that you see here in America today, whether it be the stadiums, the coliseums, the presidential elections, the bread and circuses, the laws that are intact today, all these things go back to a Greco-Roman way of living, or the Greco-Roman Empire, which really goes back to Esau. And what you see here in America today is a revival of this of the fourth beast that you read about in Daniel the 2nd chapter, as well as in Daniel the 7th chapter. All right, now this is Revelation 13, verse 11. Like I said, I'm just jumping down to the point. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon." You see? And you got Jake, that's the main culprit, all right, that's still, lured to sleep with this whole, Democrat, or voting Democrat or voting Republican. And you had, when Joe Biden was voted into office, you had a lot of these Jakes, you so-called Negroes, beginning with the so-called Negroes. I would rather say beginning with the so-called black women, beginning with the so-called black women, okay, down to the black men, so-called Latinos and so-called Native Americans, which we collectively consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. Esau Edom, the so-called self-proclaimed white man, has lured you niggas asleep once again. Okay, and he is just toying with you Jakes, man. Now, you got this whole, 40,000 win with black women. And it was yesterday. I even had a link sent to my phone from my family about all these women it was all nothing but women on this Zoom call. It was nothing but black women on the Zoom call, black Congress women, and all this madness, man, talking about how we need to raise money. We got to raise money for Kamala Harris, and everybody. Yeah, we need Kamala Harris and Michelle to team up. When this is really just a fall, man. This is really just the demise of America, and this is also too Esau, using his trickery, all right, to bring forth more confusion and division. You see, because realistically, the so-called black man, collectively, he's done with the Democratic Party, man. You got black men It's pretty much like, so-called black men, beginning with the so-called black men, I'd rather say, pretty much voting for Trump, because they seen what the Democratic Party has done, which they've done nothing for you Jakes for since they've been in office, not since they've been in office, since they've been a party, I'd rather say, which is really, I want to say the Democratic Party was started by Andrew Jackson. And when you go into it financially, when you go into it historically, the Democratic Party has done nothing for you Jakes, beginning with the so-called Negroes, man. Done nothing for y'all, but y'all sitting here head over heels for the Democratic Party for years. And here it is. You got Esau using Kamala Harris, which her husband is a small hat, if I'm not mistaken, luring you niggas back to sleep. Now, real quick, let's finish this up. I'm sorry. Let's get that word horns here. Because, he'll come with the smooth, soft words, Joe Biden, see now, drop it out as a presidential debate. You have no clue what the guy's saying. He dropped out, and y'all was head over heels voting for him. Now Kamala Harris is stepping in as the Democratic nominee, and here it is. We about to see some madness again. And let Kamala Harris. I hope I hope that Kamala Harris gets in. I believe that Trump's gonna get in. To hell with both parties at the end of the day, because we know what it is. But you know what? If Kamala Harris gets in there, America, hey, it's gonna be all out civil unrest going on in these streets, man. All right, that word lamb, when you get it, is arnion. All right, arnion, and it says a little lamb, a lamb, and it says Christ here. Now we know that the word Christ, all right, literally just means anointed. All right, the Hebrew way of saying Christ, which really Christ is the English way of saying the Greek word Christos, which goes back to I ain't gonna say it goes back, but the Hebrew way of saying the anointed one is Mashiach. Okay, so that's why we say Yahawashi Hamashiach. Okay, Yahawashi the anointed one. So it says is used of. I'm just saying Christ here is used of Christ. Innocently suffering and dying to expiate the sins of men, very often in Revelation. But both of these parties, whether it be the Democratic Party or the Republican Party, they set themselves up as pseudo messiahs in a sense. That's why you got this whole thing with Donald Trump and this whole quote unquote assassination attempt that happened. God was a divine intervention. God is with him. And that's why the scriptures tell you that that many false messiahs are going to arise and deceive many, for lack of better words. In Matthew 24, it doesn't have to necessarily say somebody coming walking saying I'm Jesus, as these Christians would say. I'm using that name on purpose, by the way. Or you like somebody walking coming out. My name is Yahawashi Hamashiach. No, like false messiahs it goes deeper than that, man. It goes deeper than just somebody just claiming themselves to be the actual Lord. The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, these congressmen and women, and all these different laws and promises that they and quote unquote pseudo comforts that they promise you, that's a form of a false messiah, man. So you gotta broaden your horizon. So it says that he'll have two horns like a lamb, right? And that's what they all do. They give you these pseudo comforts, these empty promises, and man, I'm just saying, man, and you niggas always fall for it, man. Fall for the okie doke every single time. This nigga Esau coming with the same trickery, and here it is, y'all being lured back to sleep. But it says, but he spake as a dragon, and that word dragon is drakon. That's how you pronounce it. Okay, drakon. It says a dragon, a great serpent, and this is the same devil. This is the same old E. That's working on both sides. You see, a name for Satan, and that word drakon goes back to draconian measures, man, because that's what's getting ready to come down to the pipe. Very, very austere, severe laws, rules, and regulations is about to be passed, which is really going to be passed to have a pretty much all out. It's going to be open season on the Israelites, man. And when I say Israel, I'm talking about Jake collectively. It's going to be open season on Jake here very soon, man. Like I said, just let Kamala Harris get up in there, man, and watch these far right, these far right Antifa, Trump supporters go buck wild. You see, they already want to pin all this on Jake anyway. You see, so watch what's getting ready to happen. Look, just watch. Okay. So you see, Win with Black Women group raises $1 million for Vice President Kamala Harris. Now let's go down here. There was an article ahead. Man, you niggas make me sick, man. I promise. Oh, man. Check this out. This is lipstickalley.com. It says $1,018.54 was raised for Kamala Harris in less than 3 hours during the Win with Black Women Zoom call. Organizers said this. Now, this is a big ass Zoom call that had over 40,000 people on the call. Mass majority, I would say over 90% of the people on the call probably were so-called black women. Wow, 144 just passed on this cop car. Call hello, y'all, Basham Al Shai. Okay? And like I said, over 90% probably of people on this call were black women. You see? And this is really a sign that Yahweh Basham Al Shai is bringing forth to show forth that a great judgment on the so-called black woman is getting ready to commence here very, very soon, man. It says thousands of black women tune in to Zoom call in support of Kamala Harris. Less than 3 hours. Now, here it is. You have no idea what this woman stands for. You have no idea what she's about. She actually, Joe Biden had a crime law, but she actually had she was a part of, let me see if I can find it real quick. Let's say Kamala Harris, California, weed law, jail. Let's do it like that. I'm just kind of, it says how Kamala Harris prosecuted marijuana cases in San Francisco, and she had got a lot of Jake locked up just over weed. Just over weed. And then she was over here talking about, nobody in March, Kamala Harris stated nobody should have to go to jail for smoking weed. But she was responsible for a lot of Jake getting locked up in California just over weed charge. I'm talking about locked up for years. That's the two horns like a lamb, but spake as a dragon. And once again, just because it's we got to get a black woman in office. We can have the first black woman to be president. Oh my God. And you got Jake crying and shit, snotting all over the goddamn place. And here it is. Esau is literally just working, toying with Jake right now, man. Playing on Jake's emotions, man. And it never fails. Okay? So it says, at its peak, organizers said 40,000 black women and allies were listening to the Win with Black Women Zoom call. And like I said, I got a link sent to my phone from my family. Everybody join the call. You join the call? Man, hell no. What the hell I got to join? What the hell I got to join a call with a bunch of so-called black, over 40,000 black women on the call? You must be out. Hell nah. Nah, now you could, you could join a few minutes just to hear the madness and just hear the BS. But they really, Jake really truly feels, let's get the scripture. Jake really truly feels as if, this system is gonna protect him and save him, man. Okay? This is Isaiah 26, verse 18. It says, we have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. You see, pretty much being a child with being in pain pretty much is a representation of needing to be delivered. Jake has been in captivity. Jake has been trying all facets of different avenues and ways to try to formulate salvation, but they don't turn to Yahweh Basham Shah. The scripture says they don't turn to him that smited them. Let me see if I can get that. I think it's in Isaiah, maybe. Let me see. Right, Isaiah 9:13, it says, for the people turneth not unto him that smited them, neither do they seek Yahweh of hosts. You see, they're seeking comfort in Esau. They're seeking comfort in Babylon. They're seeking comfort in false dreams and pseudo dreams and pseudo comforts, pseudo messiahs, in a sense. But here it is. Jake doesn't want to try the Lord. But if they do, quote unquote, want to try the Lord, it's about trying the white meat. So who is Jesus with? As for you Christians out there, because they always say Jesus is with Trump. Divine intervention. Jesus is with Trump. Jesus is with Kamala. Let's have a moment of prayer. All this division. And once again, that's Esau luring you back in and luring you right back into his trap to get ready to slay you, man. That's why the scripture says, "Whose possessors slay them hold themselves not guilty." You being led right into the okie doke once again. And Esau has been doing this for a millennium, man. You niggas can't open your eyes and see this. Golly. But hey, the scripture says the election hath obtained it and the rest were blinded. So no, you're not going to open your eyes and see it. You're going to be led right to the slaughter. Okay? And the scriptures talk about how it says, and the shepherds pity them not. So you're gonna have individuals, so-called, black, individuals, actors, entertainers. I mean, it's mainly gonna be black women. You're gonna have somebody like Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce and all these other kind of people coming to the podium at the Democratic Party conventions, commercials. Coming out on Twitter and Instagram saying particular things. We need all black women to vote for Kamala here. We need the black vote. Watch what's about to happen. The okie doke is about to be serious. So it says, we have been with child. We have been in pain. We have, as it were, brought forth wind. And brought forth wind pretty much means that you go in all these different avenues and ways, and no result comes from it, but except for destruction. Every single time, it's no positive outcome. When a Democratic nominee is in office, which is all set up by Esau Edom anyway, the elite. What happens? What you niggas ain't getting no reparations. It's not no positive for no Jakes, man. They always go to the alphabet community, and they'll start giving the alphabet community more rights and things of that nature. But they skip right over y'all. Right over y'all. Okay, that word brought forth wind, or brought forth is yalad. Okay. And when you get that, it says of Israelites bringing forth wind, of vain efforts for deliverance. You see, this is nothing more than another vain effort for deliverance. And like I said, I guarantee you now, one person, the average person that you speak to, you can do a poll. Who you voting for? I'm voting for Kamala. It's gonna be Jake. I'm a Democrat all day. Now you're gonna have some man shit. If I were to vote, I'd vote for Trump, because you got a lot of people who are Democrats, particularly men who are Democrat, switching over to the Republican side. So what's Esau doing? Divide and conquer. He did it before, and he's doing it again. Excuse me. Now he's dividing. I mean, the men and the women is already divided, but it's gonna be like a split divide now. You're gonna see divisions amongst families. You gonna have people in family, arguing. Watch. Salaki, man. My fucking spam call calling and cut the video off, man. We gotta get the hell out of here, man. Goodness gracious, this shit is annoying. It says tens of thousands of black women tuned into a Zoom meeting Sunday in support of Vice President Kamala Harris after President Joe Biden dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. It says, in who's who of prominent black women delivered passionate remarks about the importance of uniting behind Harris, shared personal stories about her. Who the hell cares about some personal stories, man? And how to best support her as she seeks the Democratic nomination. Fundraising and voter registration were key topics discussed as well. And here it is. You niggas sent all your money, $1 million in 3 hours, just for this lady to run that y'all have no idea about. 40,000 people on the call, and like I said, I'd rather even say probably over 95% of the people on the call were all black women. Maxine Waters, Jasmine Crockett, Joyce Betty, all these other, Latasha, Bernice, Merle, the National Council of Negro Women, Siobhan, Star Jones, Zeta Phi Beta, sorority president Stacey NC Grant. All these different, leaders of quote unquote organizations that's not going to do shit for you. It ain't going to do shit for you. We have a plan. This is not arbitrary. We are ready. said Holly Holiday, another moderator. We're ready to get to work. And what's going to happen, man? If this happens, if this happens and Kamala Harris does end up, if Kamala Harris does end up being president, man, all hell is going to break loose. And once again, this is just Esau. This is just Esau throwing the bait out there to lure you right back in. Because just a minute ago, people was looking at Biden like, I don't know. I'm thinking, nah, I'm good. But now, since a black woman, quote unquote, a black woman, comes up on the scene, the first thing that's going through their mind is first black president. And you know how proud this is gonna make women. We got a woman in office at that. We got a black woman in office. And there was no other president in office who was white. The black women. Watch how high the pride levels get. Hey, pride comes before destruction. And like I said, I kind of hope that it happens, man. Fired up and ready for this moment, led by another intergenerational legion of black women. Wow. A legion of black women. Another said, let's get to work. Let's gather our sons, our daughters, our nieces, our nephews. Read another comment. Let's do what black women do. And what do black women do? Create monsters. For the most part. Look at these niggas killing each other in the streets. Look at the majority of black men today that's mowed out. You know what I'm saying? That's changing their kind. Guarantee you, over 98% of them were raised by single families, and the father was not in the life, and they were raised by their black women, by their mamas, man. That's why you got a lot of emotional niggas out here running out, because you hear Elder Apostle Rakha going to it a lot, man. The black woman is a major culprit in this thing of ours that's an issue. And that Esau weaponizes against us, man. This Esau using Eve to weaponize as a weapon. Look at some of these comments. My mom was on the call and donated. Amen. I wasn't on the call, but I just donated my little coins. I'm excited. An Indian woman's daughter. You see, an Indian woman's daughter is really benefiting from black women financial backing and support. You see, it says an Indian woman's daughter. Yes, where are the Indian women to back her? Have they started anything? Nope. These political figures know exactly where the money is, and that's off the backs of black people, and that's true. Nikki Haley's old PAC through their support to Kamala. Can you imagine Indian women in the thousands funding and fiercely backing the child of a black woman under the slogan, win with Indian women? This world is so ridiculous. Win with black women. Black this and black that. That's a lie, but carry on. So you see how people arguing? The digital blackface trolls seem to have doubled. Let's see. Vice President Kamala Harris has now raised $60 million for her presidential campaign. And who's the main ones sending? Black women. Black women. Okay? Now, let's grab a few precepts on this. And we'll wrap it up because my phone's getting ready to die here in a minute. This is Hosea 14, verse 3. It says, Assure shall not save us. And Assure is Assyria. And that's what people trust in. People trust in Egypt. People trust in Babylon. People trust in the system. And here it is. You're trusting in the same system that for millennia, once again, have repeatedly beat you down, repeatedly lied to you. Repeatedly gave you these false promises, repeatedly said all these different things. And here it is. You still, just because, like I said, just because the quote unquote, the so-called black woman is going to be running in office. You got people all up in arms, and we need to get together. We need to get together. We need to rally the troops. We need to get our sons. We need to get our nieces. We need to get our nephews. You see? This is crazy, man. It says, Assure will not save us. We will not ride upon horses. And horses represents like swiftness and war, like strength. It says, neither will we say anymore to the work of our hands. Ye are our gods. You see, and Kamala Harris is just being set up as an idol. You see, and your money is your offerings. You see, For in thee the fatherless findeth mercy. You see, we find mercy in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. You see, when are you niggas gonna understand? When are you niggas gonna understand? Okay, that this is a falling system. Like, do y'all not understand? Like, do y'all not go back and look at history of the track record of this devil? Let's matter of fact, that's what I had in my mind. Let me look up something. Lyndon B. Johnson quote on Democratic Party. Let me see if I can find it. And this man was a devil. I think this is it right here. Right. This is from Lyndon B. Johnson, which came into office right after Kennedy got his head blown off. Yeah, he got sworn into office in an airplane, right? So it says these Negroes, they're getting uppity. They're getting pretty uppity these days, and that's a problem for us since they've got something now they never had before. The political pull to back up their uppityness, is this whole, the Democratic Party was set up realistically to lure Jake into a very, 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 very deep sleep. Now, both parties are working together. It don't matter if it's right or left. It's all part of the same beast, right? It says now we've got to do something about this. We've got to give them a little something, just enough to quiet them down, to shut your ass up, right? Not enough to make a difference. And it's not going to be no differences made, man. You see? It says, I'll have those niggers voting Democratic for the next 200 years. And boom, look where we at right now. This was done. This quote was probably what, in the 60s, I want to say. He said, I'll have those niggers voting Democrat in the 60s. You see? I have these niggers voting Democrat. And this is just not something that's just what Lyndon B. Johnson said. See, that's just what he said, though. This is how Esau thinks of you, period. The right is typically, the conservative, red-blooded American. I'm down for America. We need standards. America this, America that, liberal freedom, black people, more rights, this for black women, black men, this for black women. And a lot of it's aimed towards the woman. Once again, it's divide and conquer. Okay? This is Isaiah 32, verse 9. It says, rise up. Let's listen to this. Let's read this in the NLT. It says, listen, you women who lie around in ease. You see? And you think that with Kamala Harris coming into office, it's going to be some sort of protection for you. Now y'all really think there's going to be some protection for the complexion. Right? Well, listen, you women who lie around in ease. Listen to me. You who are so smug. It says you who are so smug. Let's get the definition. Define smug. Smug ass niggas, right? It says having or showing an excessive pride in oneself or one's achievements. Boom, there it is right there. Having a smug look, like when I like to look at images to get a more visual, like a smug look, like you see President Trump smug. That smug look. Let's do this. Oh, Salaki, man, this phone is tripping right now. Smug black woman. Gotta have fun with this. Look, that smug look. You know what I'm saying? My phone's gonna get ready to die, man. I gotta wrap this up soon. That look. There it is right there. There it is. That smug ass look. There it is. There's another one. Oh boy, that's that smug. Oh, there she go. They're going marrow right there. That smug look. We all know we all know as men. You know what I'm saying? As Jake men, we know what look. We know what look we talking about here, right? It says Verse 10, it says, in a short time, just a little more than a year. And shit could pop off in less than a year, man. Shit could very well pop off coming into the fall and winter months. It says, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care. That's when you're going to care, whenever you really fully understand that, damn, this is what we got ourselves into. Now you seen what the hell's happened so far since Biden been in office. Now, mind you, this is Biden's vice president. They have the same ideas. Like, you niggas are so dumb. Like, I ain't sorry, man. You niggas are stupid. I'm talking about, that's why the scriptures say what? The scriptures call you sottish children, man. Sottish means to be stupid. Y'all see what's been going on since Biden been in office, man. Higher, inflation, higher gas, all these skirmishes and stuff happening. This is Biden's vice president. Vice president. They got it's the same thing. It says, you careless ones will suddenly begin to care, for your fruit crops will fail, and the harvest will never take place. See, all these benefits, all these empty promises, all these, benefits and plans, all these things that they're promising you, all these things are going to fail, and you're going to see. It says, tremble, you women of ease. Throw off your complacency. Strip off your pretty clothes and put on burlap to show your grief. You see, you're going to be in a state of extreme grief and extreme mourning. It says, beat your breast and sorrow for your bountiful farms and your fruitful grapevines. You see all the benefits, all the aid that you so-called believe that you should have. All that shit's going to go away. All that shit's going to go away. For your land will be overgrown with thorns and briars, pretty much meaning that with destruction, will be left desolate. Your joyful homes and happy towns will be gone. You see? And you can trust in this whole build back, go behind 40,000 to win with black women. You can go ahead and you can do that all you want, man. Watch what's going to happen. Just watch. This is Proverbs 26. Here we go. Proverbs 26. Let's read it in the NLT. It starts verse 23. It says, smooth words may hide a wicked heart, a wicked mind, right? Just as a pretty glaze covers a clay pot. See, you could have a clay pot, it's clay. It's not gold or silver, easily breakable, but the outside of the pot could look nice. It could look, have this nice paint and gloss over it. But as soon as it drops, man, it shatters, man. And that's exactly what they doing. They painting this pretty picture on the outside, but the inside but in the inside it's just full of, maggots, and it's just full of shit. Smooth words may hide a wicked heart. And Esau's been doing that for so long, man. His words are smoother than oil, but war was in his heart. But inwardly they were drawn swords, I believe it is. Psalm 55. People may cover their hatred with pleasant words. You see that? But they're deceiving you. You talking about being lured right back to sleep all over again, that you're being deceived. They pretend to be kind, but don't believe them. Their heart are full of many evils. You see that? Many evils is in their heart. All this is set up to really just set forth a plan and an action that's going to lead to an action to cause more strife, cause more division amongst Jake, cause more division amongst Jake men and Jake women. Okay? To create civil unrest. It says they pretend. I'm sorry, verse 26. While their hatred may be concealed by trickery, right? By tricking, that's what a serpent does. Their wrongdoing will be exposed in public. You see? Now, eventually, the Lord is going to cast the system down and cause the system to fall. But the scriptures say what? To never trust your enemy. These people are in the hand. They're in the hand. Okay? They're in the hand of Esau, man. Okay? They're in the hand of Esau. And I had Isaiah 29 here. I'm trying to figure out what was in Isaiah 29. Let's see. Yep. This is what I wanted. Isaiah 29 verse 9. It says, stay yourselves and wonder. Cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. You see, and Jake is getting fed the juice again. They're drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. You see, as it says in NLT, you are stupid, but not from wine. You stagger, but not from liquor. Jake fumbling, stumbling, you know, all over again. Verse 10 in the KJV to the left here, it says, for Yahweh hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep. You see that? And hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers hath he covered. You see? Jake doesn't want to turn to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. And like I said, this is really beginning with the black woman. She's the main culprit. You see 40,000 women with black women. And over $1 million get raised in 3 hours. But watch what Esau does. Watch how Esau flips this on you. Watch. Anyways, with that, Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Bashim HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and also teaching his truth. And much peace, love, and salutation to the elect. Until next time, I say shalom.